Youth of Purpose.
Hello, welcome to Youth of Purpose, a show that is here to give you a platform as young people to be able to transform your lives, make your homesteads better, and in the end, we better Uganda, the country where we come from, and also make sure that Africa as a continent becomes better. My name is Ivan Tumkonde. Welcome to the show. Today we want to be able to see how young people are actually making it and transforming lives, turning things around through farming and majorly through goat farming. And with me today, I have Obed, who is going to be telling us exactly what they're doing as Youth Platform Africa to transform the lives of the young people. Obed, welcome to Youth of Purpose.
Thank you, Ivan, and thank you, dear viewer of UBC,
Yes.
and particularly viewer of Youth of Purpose. It's a very good icon, a very good name, Youth of Purpose. There is no better place or better age or better time to become so purposeful.
Oh, yes.
Youth means productivity. So if you're being underutilized and you're like, my boss doesn't give me enough work, or I am not yet productive because I don't have a lot to do, my friend, you're missing out on the purpose, because it is only a youth. Actually, Jesus Christ was the youth.
Wow.
Yeah, he would have come because he was there at the beginning of time, but he only chose to come and save the world at 33.
In his youthful time.
President Museveni has saved Uganda at his youthful age.
Wow.
You get my point? We chose to do agribusiness because we wanted to be purposeful. We wanted to exploit the land that Uganda has, God has given for God and my country. So whenever I'm doing agriculture, I'm doing for God and my country.
Wow.
I remember in 2007, I was one of those people that were homeless.
Oh.
Yeah, my home was a culvert. You know, a culvert where the water passes under the road. That was my home for 6 months.
For a layman to be able to
Chigoma.
understand, omwala.
Bachita chigoma. Omwala mwe bateke chigoma, amazi ne gayitamu. Imagine, that was my home.
Wow.
Today, I have a home, a prestigious one actually.
Wow.
Simply because I realized that I have to be purposeful and I have to change the life. The same way Traore is changing Africa. The same way this president has changed Uganda. For those of you who know history, this is what I want to tell you.
Yes.
Agribusiness is my way of life. And one thing I would urge any youthful guy or lady that wants to be purposeful,
Yes.
the number one thing you shouldn't miss out is agribusiness. I'm a professional journalist with my 4.8 GPA.
But you choose to come
from
to
the best university in the country.
And that's why for me, from my introduction, I say agriculture is something that we have been looking at. As for those people that you have failed in town, go back home and do agriculture.
Actually, I never failed. I was the best in my year. That is around 15, 12 years ago. So what I decided to do, I was like, let me fill this missing gap. Because everyone was saying and looking on agriculture, thinking it's just for the laymen, for the failures in life. So I wanted to show them I'm not a failure and I will not fail. Today, the man that started with 100 goats, we have 110,000 goats.
110,000.
We are the greatest goat farmers in the 7 East African countries.
Wow.
Whoever wants 1,000 live goats today, they will look for me, whether they have my number or not, because they will look for Ivan, Ivan will look for Chiseka, Chiseka will look for Peter, Peter will look until they reach here.
Wow. Do you know that you're also transforming Africa?
Definitely. We are doing agribusiness. We are going to overcome this as long as you guys provide food.
Yes.
Russia has been through this war and the economy has gone up simply because they had fuel and they had food. We have both. Actually, we have more. We have uranium, we have iron ore. We have everything we need to do whatever we want. So if we use this land, today I ride on a 2024 model car.
Wow. I've seen it. Big machine.
This is not showing off. This is who I am. Most members of parliament can't afford it.
Wow.
Yes, but I want to tell you, this business that people look on, people forget that this is the only business that has the widest market. How many times have you bought a shirt today?
Today? None.
Okay, yesterday.
None.
The other week?
1.
How many times have you eaten today?
1.
Yesterday?
Yesterday I ate 3 times.
You may not need a doctor every day. You may not need a textile man every day. You may not need a construction person every day. You need me. I am the manufacturer of food. Elon Musk does not eat technology.
Now you give me the answer to the question I wanted to ask. Of all other sectors, why agriculture? I will not ask you that. I want to understand, because for me what is very unique about your business model is the power of numbers. People working together. And I've always been telling this to my fellow young people that yes, you can be able to move very fast alone, but we can be able to move very far together. How have you been able to utilize the power of numbers? And something that I have been picking from what we used to have, and it was affecting very many Ugandans being scammed through network marketing. And for me, I was seeing it as an opportunity. How do we utilize that network that can be built for something real and help ourselves to make money?
No, number one, network marketing works from abroad. There is no such a thing that network marketing starts here. The scam, the Westerners are the masters of scam. Whatever they bring is pure scam. Yes, they bring this, just like they bring good things, but behind they have evil things. They give you aid. Beneath the aid, they are killing you. They'll bring family planning. Beneath, they don't want you to multiply. You get my point?
Yes.
So these people bring network marketing, so you grow rich today, grow rich tomorrow. They don't have a baseline of nature to use as their point of reflection or measurement that we are going to go here, we are going to do this business, and we are going to grow rich.
Yes.
They be like you bring a friend brings a friend. To do what exactly?
Just pyramid schemes.
That is it. You get my point?
And
so,
it makes sense that we are discussing this not from the studios,
no.
right here on the farm.
Here we have 2,100 goats.
Wow.
2,000, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Sitting on how much land?
They are feeding from 12 acres.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
We have very huge land, but these goats are feeding from 12 acres. We just visited the pasture.
Wow. If you can be able to do this at your age, and we see the government bringing about as many programs as possible, from Emyoga Youth Livelihood Program, we have the PDM. What can we be able to do to turn things around in as far as empowering young people is concerned?
Emyoga, Parish, PDM, those are good projects. But only that they happen to be implemented by people who may not have a lot of experience in it. Giving 1 million to me, a peasant farmer, back then it wouldn't make a lot of sense, because all I would see is to sort my immediate problem, which is school fees, which is maybe hunger, maybe
my child is sick,
maybe I want to marry a second wife, you see. But when you give them projects, you give them lessons, they would benefit far more. So if you can donate those goats, but before you donate, you first train them. If that money was invested in a training, these guys can also look for goats. They can get employment. YPA is employing over 1,000 employees. And all these have been trained. Now we have 1,300 outgrowers that we take care of their farms. So it means every day, I know by the end of this show, someone is going to also contact YPA to have us take care of their farm. You get my point?
Yes.
So whenever we get another person, we need someone who is an expert, who knows what they are doing. So if we have trained Ivan will go and have a source of income. From that farm, he'll get his own farm. So that is what we call change. Not giving them money. Those are good projects. They are good. They have good intentions, but the approach of implementation is not right.
What is the model of your business?
The model of my business is that we come together as 10 people who cannot afford to buy land. We rent land, use it. We put our goats there. We have a risk management scheme, that is insurance. And we get experts. So we have signed contracts with the experts that if we don't get the number of goats we have projected, you don't get paid. And remember, if the goats die, if the goats are stolen, if the goats don't multiply, we have insurance to cover that. So it means this expert is going to handle this business to make sure that our goats multiply. And now we get another group to look for the market. We have people we are paying abroad, not in this country, to look for the market every day.
That's very important, because we've seen many things that come up. They tell people, you grow this pepper, you grow this, and in the end people don't have market.
And we have made sure, even when we have bigger markets than we can supply, we still are looking for more markets. Because we don't know who may come today with 1,000 goats. And we have promised Ugandans, and I'm also promising viewers of UBC, if you have 100 goats and above, it doesn't matter where the location, as long as you're in the country Uganda, we are buying them now.
Wow. Buying them right now.
Wherever you are, we are buying them now. The moment you're seeing me, let me give them the number. My personal number. I'm the managing director of this organization. 0772 234586. I repeat, 0772 234586. That is my number.
Great.
Contact me. We buy them now.
I'm actually going to have your number put on the screen, such that for also those young people who want to be able to invest and learn are able to come here. Talk about the breeds. What kind of breeds do you?
I do a blend of Bua, Kalahari, and Mubende.
Wow.
Why did I put my Mubende? Because this is Uganda. You have to have a Ugandan blend so that you can benefit. Without a Ugandan blend, you will not benefit in the business. Why? Because I have tried exotic and I have lost. This is not South Africa. Actually, even in South Africa, you can't find one person with 1,000 goats. Yes. If those that have them, they have scattered them. That is why you see I've separated them.
How have you managed the issue of disease? Because why many people actually fear venturing into this business is that it can happen and the whole 1,000 goats you're keeping die at once.
It has happened before.
Wow.
You need to learn. I wonder why would someone get an expert, an architect, an engineer to construct a storage or any building. But when they come to an equivalent agribusiness, worth an equivalent agribusiness, they get a failure in life. Ivan, who has failed in everything, is a drunkard. They become the manager. Because you think...
Because you pay him peanuts.
Thank you. That is the biggest mistake you'll ever do. It is only those that know the weight of the businesses, the amount they have invested, that get experts like YPA to manage their farms. It looks expensive, but it is so saving. Imagine, you had 100 goats last year. How many do you have this year? Okay, you had 2 goats 10 years ago. How many do you have this year? Had you invested in the management of a professional, how many would you have? Because I give you guarantee that if I don't multiply by 2 your goats, you don't pay. Keep your money. My payment depends, it's more like a commission. My payment depends on the success of your project.
Wow.
That is how beautiful agribusiness is. I am so confident in this business.
Some young person out there, because of what they've seen right here on the farm, and they've gotten excited, if they are to invest into goat farming, what should they do first?
One, if you have a lot of money, or if you have your own farm, we can help you set up a farm at your farm. We manage it for you. You become the overall guider who telling us which direction you want your farm to go to. You get my point? For example, I'm doing a lake there, a man-made lake. You can see that soil.
I can see it down.
So I'm going to do, the next time you come here, you'll find a lake there. Now, that is from my head. But when you have your farm, that is what you do. You can tell us, no, I don't want a lake, I want a river. Or I don't want many goats, I want 50. That is what you have to do. But you don't give us directives on what to feed the goats. You give us the directives on what cages you want from the goat. Then we provide what it eats. You get my point?
Sure.
Or if you have little money, you can come and rear with us. Just like those people, millions of people are here. Thousands of them have come to see their own goats. That is why you can see FDJ, this one is CAR, this one, because these are owned by different people.
Individuals. Yeah.
So they come as and when they want to see their goats. So you can come, we rear together at our farm, or you can come, we rear together at your farm. It is either way. You choose. Yeah, that is as simple as that.
Apart from goats, I want to understand what other projects you're doing as
we do maize extensively. We have 2.6 square miles, that's around 2,000 acres of maize.
Yeah.
We also do beehives. We have about 15,000 hives of bees. And those are the projects we are doing. We are doing very successful, and we are helping people do the same businesses, grow together.
A place like this one, known as a cattle corridor, why would one choose to do goats instead of cows or any
Cattle
other?
corridor means this is a dry place. Goats are caprine. Caprine means browsers. They like dry places.
Wow.
So that is why during this dry spell, cattle are dying, but the
Goats are looking really
very,
nice.
very nice. And when it is raining, they don't do well.
Yeah.
So that is why we have more goats population than in South Africa.
Obed,
Yes.
when someone looks at this, they will say someone is behind Obed. Is someone behind you, or is Obed being supported, let's say, by government? Have you benefited from any of the government?
Someone is
programs?
behind me, and that someone is God. And I'm supported by the government because my goats are secure.
And there is a road that comes straight to
There
the
is a road that is very well done well. So the government is supported.
There is security.
It is so obscene for an opposition person to... Yeah, there are things we should talk about. But we should also appreciate the good things.
Sure.
So there are bad things this government is doing. Very bad things.
Yeah.
I know very certainly that even the leaders know them.
Which can be worked on.
Which can be worked on or which cannot be worked on, probably until the government leaves seat
Wow.
or changes.
Yeah.
But there are good things that probably the next government may not do. The government does not go on splashing money. Actually, they need it from us. I am the boss to the government. I pay the tax. They eat the tax.
Wow.
So I am the boss. They don't pay. It is the other way, vice versa.
Wow. Lastly, Obed, the magic to becoming a successful goat farmer, and I want for you to be able to give a message to the young people out there, majorly on the issue of working together. We have old boys associations, old girls associations. How can we utilize those organizations that bring us together to be able to invest in projects like these and transform our nation?
Start at a young age. Procrastination is the biggest killer of all dreams. All the dreams that I know have died because of procrastination. While you're procrastinating, people are taking actions, and when they take actions, they get profits. And what do you get? You get shadows. You start talking about them. So instead of discussing the topics, become the topic.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to call this just a goat. I think this is a cow goat, if I'm to say. Hi Chief, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great, great. Is this
But,
a goat or it's actually a
I don't
small
know,
cow?
it is just a small what? A small buffalo.
Amazing. How
So
many
good.
how many kgs is this one?
Probably, let me show you guys, but I don't think I will carry it.
Wow. Amazing,
Oh my
amazing.
goodness.
That's as tall as you.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow,
But
wow.
predictionally,
Yes.
I think around 110 kgs.
110 kilograms.
10 kilograms or 100 kgs.
What kind of breed is this one?
It is a YPA breed,
Okay.
and YPA breed contains 3 breeds,
Wow.
whereby we mixed Kalahari from Botswana. And we mixed Bua from South Africa.
Wow.
Then our own Mwende goat. That is a local goat from Uganda.
Yes.
So we got this breed. That's why you see such a height, heavy and healthy.
Wow.
So I don't think if any option comes in, just go for YPA.
How old is this goat?
Just 1 year and 4 months, right?
Wow, wow.
And it is weighing 110 kgs. Now imagine when it goes, and it is now almost pregnant. It is pregnant.
Wow.
And imagine when it is not pregnant and it is very healthy. So it is just because it's pregnancy.
Wow.
Because of this. So anytime we are going, I'm expecting 4.
It gives birth to 4 kids.
Gives birth, it will give me 4.
Wow. Wow.
To my minimum expectations, there are 3.
3.
But to my maximum expectations, there are 4 or 5. People there don't know that goats give 5 goats.
If you have a kid, how long does it take for it to be able
Be
to
mounted
Yes.
around 7 months.
7 months.
Yes. If we want that goat to give you more than 2,
Yes.
or 2, but not less than 2, you just give it at 7 months.
Wow.
So this is such a breed I'm talking about.
What does it take for one to be able to keep this kind of goat, talking about the risks of diseases?
Automatically, as YPA at our farms, we have the vents. We keep on checking on.
Okay.
And ourselves who have taken time doing this such agribusiness. So we know I can stand and look into my herds of my goats.
Yes.
I say no, the other goat is sick. Oh, this goat is doing well, but there is some injection differently and different medication. So, but because we have those standards or the great vents, we also take care of these goats.
Yeah.
So the risks are lesser. I call them less concerned.
What are the biggest challenges? The fact that now you're using professionals to be able to keep these goats.
Yes.
What are the challenges that you're facing right now that any other farmer outside there, before actually they get excited to venture into this?
Yes.
Right here on the farm?
I can challenges to other farmers out there, the outgrowers of maybe you have that dream, you're there having that dream, you want to start up a farm.
Yeah.
The first challenge is management. So the first challenge, if you don't love your goat,
Yes.
then that is the most challenge we have in this sector, in the agribusiness.
Yes.
But when you love your goats, when you take care of your goats, then I don't think there is a challenge that can challenge you when you love it.
Wow.
Yes.
Gideon Daula. This is my first time to visit YPA. I'm a new member at YPA. Started with 5 goats. Very excited that I've seen all of them looking as good as I've been seeing in the videos of other farms. Very encouraging that this is an opportunity with my busy schedule and even working out of the country that I'm able to invest in such a project. Hoping to do much more in the same because it is a reality. I think people, especially those who are busy and interested in farming, it's an opportunity they can take.
Hi, my name is Rosette. I'm a member of YPA. This is my very first time to come visit this farm, but I'm just excited. At first, I was thinking that maybe it's not real, but when I've just seen my goats with the tag of my code, I feel so excited. I want to appreciate YPA. I want to tell people that it's real, and I want to glorify God for this opportunity because some of us don't have enough land. Actually, I trusted YPA to farm for me, and I thought that maybe it's just risking, but I just feel excited and normal. I can't wait to invest more and more in other projects, and I just want to thank YPA as an entire family, and just to call anyone out there, you don't have land, you don't have experience, you know nothing about farming, just come and join YPA. I'm so happy, and for sure I feel I can invest more in goats. Because the first time I tried in our own old farms, and I did not see any progress, but then I said let me try my luck with YPA. However much I did not trust it at the first time, but then I feel my trust is growing and growing and growing and growing. I'm so excited, I've seen my rows. Yeah, and that is it. So I'm looking forward to investing in even maize and other projects around.
Youth of Purpose.
Well, I'm certain this tour around here and showing you what is happening here in Gomba is something that is going to trigger you as a young person to be able to get started to do something in as far as agriculture is concerned, but also to be able to convince yourselves to be able to work together. You can be able to move faster alone, but you can be able to go very far when you move together. And that's what I encourage us as young people to be able to do. Come together and get to agree. There might be disagreements in the associations that you have. I can imagine the power that old boys and old girls associations are having, but also the circles that you have. How can you be able to utilize all that to come together and do these investments that can turn around your lives? And I'm hopeful that what we have been able to showcase for you, what is happening here through the Youth Platform Africa, that are, doing investments in goat farming is going to be able to encourage you to emulate exactly the same in all other parts of this country where you're coming from. I thank you so much for watching this show. My name is Ivan Tumkonde. See you next time.
Youth of Purpose.